What up, YouTube? It's your boy JusRzd, and welcome to another edition of Raised Reviews. Today we're reviewing the newest episode of Solo Leveling, and this episode was pretty intense and chill at the same time. So this episode pretty much it was had a lot of interesting story moments. We got to see a brand new character that I wasn't expecting to see on episode 3, but I'm interested to see how his story is going to develop. But we started with kind of Sun Jin Woo in a raid, not in a raid, but in a gate, with the D-rank hunter that he was helping to form his own guild and possibly become the head of his father's guild and take ownership of that. And we see them just in a gate, and Sun Jin Woo just has his whole squad just out and about, just wreaking havoc in the gate. And dude is just sitting there just in awe, like, yo, like, how are you doing this? And he's just like, yeah, it's one of my skills. And he's just like, they got skills? Like, y'all got skills? He's a D-rank hunter, so he don't really have nothing bless his heart. He's just rich and able to buy overly priced armor. But yeah, it was especially dope to see just more of Sun Jin Woo using his army of shadows, and just seeing how not only is he using them to run through gates, but he's also using them to collect resources as well. And it was a sweet moment as well, because the D-rank hunter was like, man, you could at least let me like farm the resources. And then Igris pulled up on him and was just like, here you go, you can have mine. And it was just like, oh, Igris has a heart. And then not Tank, but Iron was over there looking lost, like, huh? Why you do that? And we see them kind of grab lunch afterwards, just kind of discussing the next steps. And the D-rank hunter thinks he's bothering Sun Jin Woo, and Sun Jin Woo is just kind of like, I need to do some traveling, so I'm gonna have to take some time. I'm gonna be gone for a while. So he says his goodbyes. He assures him that it's not the issue that he has with with him. It's just more so something that he has to do. And so he also says goodbye to his sister as well, and lets her know that, hey, I'm going on a little trip, but I'll be back. And we see we see what he's actually doing is taking a stab at that dungeon to gain the material for the elixir of life. And this time he already beat the Cerberus, but this time he's actually unlocking the dungeon that's in there, or the castle that's in there. He opens the door, and it's a whole city inside, and he has to collect 10,000 demon souls in that city and in that tower. And the tower has about 100 levels possibly to it, and throughout the process of the whole episode, we see him go through 75 levels of the tower and just destroy and run through every enemy. It's like, of course, every level he goes up, the enemies get harder, so he's gaining more experience. So every time he goes up to a different level, he's getting stronger and stronger. And it even looks like he decided to take a break as well, because he said he's going to come back and finish off the last 25. But it was so many bosses they defeated this particular episode. It was funny, man. Just seeing him run through everybody, and just even to the point where he was getting tired of walking, so he used the Bear King to ride on to get him to his destination. It was funny. He gained a whole lot of loot. You got to see the different things that he gained, the items that he was able to collect, and we see some of the effects that that those items have. And it was just interesting, man, just seeing him just run through everything. Like that was dope. I'm not gonna hold you. That was dope. And outside of Sun Jin Woo's escapades, we see we see a person that they're labeling a magical beast that can talk, and we find this person has incapacitated a group of hunters in a gate, and he doesn't speak English. It's an American gate apparently, and he doesn't speak English, so they don't understand him. And he's just like, "Hey, I want to go home, so I need to find my way out." And so he ends up getting out, but they end up arresting him and calling an interpreter for him because he's Korean, and the interpreter just happens to be Hwang. And so Hwang comes back from Korea and meets with him, is conversing with him, and he's just like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you here for? What are you doing? They're labeling you a magical beast. Who are you? Do you know who you are? It says you have a wife and 2 kids. Do you even remember your kids?" He was just like, what's your son's name? Do you even remember your son?" And to our chagrin, he says his son is Sun Jin Woo. And of course that tickles Hwang's fancy, and he's just like, "Oh, well, you might as well kiss him goodbye because you'll never see him again because I'm gonna kill him." And of course that makes him upset and angry. And of course Hwang is all about flexing his muscle, so he's just in it, just trying to show off. And next thing we know, we cut back to Sun Jin Woo, and we follow his travels and everything that he's going through the dungeons and stuff like that. And we just see each level, it just looks better and better. And then we cut back to a destroyed city with a building on fire, and we see 2 of the workers talking like, "Well, they always said that 2 S-rank hunters fighting could destroy an entire city." And they were like, "Man, it was so fast. In the blink of an eye, Hwang was defeated." And it looks like Sun Jin Woo's dad gave him the business. Looks like he was knocking on death's door, but I don't know if he's dead or not. It's just interesting that he got his butt handed to him, trying to be all cocky. But yeah, man, this particular episode just kind of just followed. It was pretty chill for the most part, compared to the first 2 episodes of Solo Leveling that was like all gas, no brakes. It still had intense moments of him going through the dungeon. His father finally got revealed, who was thought to be killed in an accident in the gate. He never was heard from again. They thought he died in the gate. Apparently he was just trapped in the gate and didn't know how to find his way out. And he even says that somebody has awakened that pretty much changes the game, and is pretty much going to cause a massive calamity, and he's here to stop that calamity from happening. And we learn some information more into the story, and from what he describes, it sounds like the person that he's trying to stop is going to end up being Sun Jin Woo. Now if you know, you know. Margaritas, if you know, you know. But the way he was describing who he was looking for, it sounds like Sun Jin Woo, but he don't know that yet. He also probably doesn't even know, because I think they were kids when he got locked in the gate. He don't even know that Sun Jin Woo was a hunter at this point. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens and what transpires. I know it transpires eventually with his father, but it's gonna be interesting to see it play out. Like I said, margaritas, if you know, you know. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed this episode. I really liked it a lot. Different change of pace compared to the first 2, but I thought it was dope. I'm gonna give it a I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because it slowed down is the only reason why I'm gonna give it an 8.5. But you can't just stay all gas, no brakes from from what was going on in episode 1 and episode 2. there was still a lot of moving parts in episode 3, so I appreciated that. That's why I'm giving it the 8.5. But I thought it was a nice change of pace. I thought it was a cool episode. We got to see some of Sun Jin Woo's like humanity, his compassion, especially towards the D-Rank Hunter. We see the D-Rank Hunter confronting his dad, trying to take over his company, and his dad is like, "Look, I'll give you the guild if you can secure the fact that we'll have Sun Jin Woo." And he was like, "Do you think that'll be possible?" He was just like, "I don't know, but I could try." Because he's just like, "Yo, they're targeting him at other guilds, so I need Buddy here at our guild, and then I'll gladly give you the reins." And we also saw another guild with the S-rank female hunter talking about the island with the flying ants and everything, and how they're keeping that a secret. And they don't want to scare the general public by releasing that information, so they're kind of keeping it under wraps for now until I guess they can figure out a plan to how to address that. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this island. If I'm not mistaken, I think I know who's over there, because I know some information in the manga. I just don't know how we get there just yet, because I'm not a manga reader, but I do follow people who do read the manga and are tapped into the story, so they do, of course, breakdowns and stuff like that about the story of Solo Leveling. So, hey man, I'm interested to see how we get to the parts that I do know about. But let me know in the comments below if you agree with my rating, if you feel like I'm tripping, if you feel like it was greater than the 8.5, if you feel like it was lower than the 8.5, if you feel like I'm gassing it. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there's another series you would like me to review. I know Sakamoto Days dropped 2 episodes so far on Netflix, and so far I've been enjoying it. It's super fun. But let me know in the comments below if y'all want me to start reviewing anything else. I'll definitely put it into consideration. But as far as Solo Leveling, I'm tapped in. So don't forget to like the video, don't forget to share the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime that we drop a new video on the channel, which is every day. So stay tapped in with your boy, stay locked in, and never forget, it's free soul to the soul free. Let's get it.